Hey, what's up, guys? This is 260 Jake. I don't know if you can see my breath on the camera, but it's freaking cold, all right? It's like 5 degrees here in Indiana. I don't have the heat turned on in my shop right now. But anyway, thought we'd get into it today, and I'd give you a little bit of a toolbox tour of my Matco 4S 2-bay. So I moved a bunch of my Primo Matco stuff to the speed shop where I work in the evenings on Harleys and shit. So some of it definitely has some room to grow and some room to organize, but I thought I'd just give you a little update on where stuff's at right now. Yeah, and we'll just go from there. So stay tuned, check it out. All right, guys, so here it is. It's pretty cram-packed in here right now, but this is my 4S 2-bay. Got my kind of library of Harley manuals up on top right there. This is 4S that I got from Gilbert Tools, LLC. Terry Gilbert, the Matco man in our area, a longtime friend of mine. I got this box on a really good price. As you can see down low, it's got a blacked out kick plate. All the handles are blacked out. I got this on a pretty good deal because there's a slight ding behind that kick plate. So we put the kick plate over it so you couldn't see the ding. I've since got a Hutch. I've also got a matching half chest, top chest on another bench, which we're not really going to go into tonight. But as you can see with my workspace, it's pretty tight in here. My bike lift goes right up to my box. I've got motorcycles and motorcycle parts all over the place. So as you can see, it's pretty tight in here in this little bay that I work in my shop at my house. But you know, up top I've got all the cool, you know, Harley figurine motorcycles. I've got some Harley manuals, different books, service manuals for Harleys. That's mainly what I work on is Harley Davidson. So that's the majority of what I've got. Coming into the Hutch, it's I'm still working on getting this thing kind of set up, but I've got you know, a magnetic light here that just some cheapo that I got for Christmas. Probably came from like Lowe's or Home Depot. You know, picture of my son, picture of a few of my good buddies. Actually, there's a crazy one right there to the far right is Terry Gilbert from Gilbert Tools LLC. That was at one of our semi-formals in high school, I think it was. You know, just all the regular stuff. I've got a lot of the Matco novelty stuff from Terry, cigar cutters. I do smoke cigars. I don't consider myself a connoisseur, but I do have a cigar about once a week. Different polishing stuff. Funny story there. My stepdaughter and her boyfriend got me a motorcycle detailer for Christmas. Anybody that knows me knows I don't wash my bike ever unless it rains. So it's kind of funny and ironic, but nice gesture nonetheless. Streamlight. I know a lot of people talk about, you know, wanting rechargeable and non-rechargeable. I usually go for the Streamlight products that are battery powered because let's be real, I'm not a real mechanic. I'm somewhere in between a half-ass mechanic and a DIYer that just actually knows how to work on Harleys a lot. So anyway, going across, I'm starting to get my situation over in here with how everything looks with the shelving and everything. Got some Matco no-touch gloves, the ones that you can mess with your computer screen or your cell phone screen with, all that good stuff. Now, here's a couple of things that I am absolutely in love with right now. So I got my sound bar. It's a Matco sound bar, obviously, for some tunes out here, but here's something that I just got from Terry, and I'm going to do a review on these. The new ProCharge wireless system from Matco is freaking incredible. I have a mixture of tool truck and non-tool truck tools. This is one thing that I'm absolutely obsessed with. So you've got this up here, magnetic wireless plate, and you pull the lever out and you can actually dock your cell phone in there and charge your cell phone wirelessly. And then you can, this is a 2-station docking port. It's actually funny because I just actually got this thing unboxed. So the part number on that is actually a PCSMRTCD. This is the dual charging pad. There's also a single charging pad, and we'll talk about that more when I make a little bit of a review video. But I like headlights a lot, and this is the wireless ProCharge headlight. We'll get into more specs on exactly what that is, but I like having a headlight here at home. And there, it's magnetic, so when it's up against there, you can see the green indicator lights going on, so it's charging. Really cool stuff. So kind of working on my Hutch. I've got this this guy over here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. I thought about putting some screwdrivers in it, but that seems kind of old school to me, so I don't really know. But anyway, getting into the meat and potatoes of it. Custom built for Jazzy Jake. Gilbert Tools made me a sweet nameplate for that. Anybody knows me, 260 Jake, but my nickname's Jazzy Jake. So here's the top drawer, and so I've got tool grid in this thing. Now, as you can see, there's a couple of slots missing. It's because I am getting some organization mixed up from what I've got over at Speed Shop in my Jamestown 773 service cart. But everything over here is ADV, half-inch drive, deep well impacts, all the way up through here. Over in here, this is the one Harbor Freight rail that I've got. In another video, I talked about how I did a rear subframe in a Nissan Murano. So I've got a cheap set of metrics. They were 20 or 30 bucks. I'll probably never use them again. And a kit that I got all the way back when I was 16 from my stepdad. I'll get into my air tool drawer. This is just an off-brand set of DeVilbiss shorts that came with a kit that I got, and that kit is phenomenal. I've still got some of those tools down there today. All my sockets in chrome are Silver Eagle, so I've got my deeps and shallows and half-inch drive, my swivels. I've got deeps and shallows and 3/8 drive. Same thing with quarter, so I work my way over, and as you can see, you know, I probably could cram them in a little bit tighter, but I do like to have a little bit of space between the sockets. That one right there needs replaced. I've got a small set of larger extended length Torx. So a lot of the tools that I have are more specific to Harley. I do have an impact reducer from 1/2 to 3/8. This right here is a Matco Primo hex head bit, and this is for the new style 1-inch axle 49mm fork tubes on the newer Harleys, the Dynas and Softails. So I've got that. I do have a little bit of 12-point stuff in here. I think I've got a Matco. Yeah, right there's a Matco quarter, and that's just for doing brake work on Harleys. I've got some off-brand, you know, just your Craftsman and Great Neck bits as well over in here. Hex heads, 3/8 and quarters. The 1/4-inch that goes over here, I've got my 3/8 to half, you know, adapters and reducers and such over there. As you can tell by the tool grid, I'm not done finished with everything in here yet. I still want to do some work with my extensions. Right now my extensions are just in a box. I've got a set of Harbor Freight wobbles, and then I've got a set of Silver Eagle extensions of all different lengths and variations. And then down to ratchets, I don't have my 1/2-inch drive flex head gear wrench here, but I've got an old style Craftsman. This is a forged in USA breaker bar that I've got in 1/2-inch drive. I've got a used Mac extended length ratchet that I got out of the used drawer off of Terry's truck. And then I've got a set of Blue Power right here from the Cornwall truck. Now, my buddy got me those as a gift, so I've never actually been on a Cornwall truck, but I have a 1/2, I have the 3/8, and I have the 1/4, all from that. I've got a little Silver Eagle bit driver up here. I've got an old Craftsman regular, you know, plastic handled 1/4-inch driver. One of my favorites that I've got is my Carlisle extended length ergo grip push button flex head in 3/8. I use that for a lot of things. And then the new Silver Eagle stuff, I've got a mixture of the new and the old. This is the new teardrop design 72 tooth. I've also got some stuff. This is going to be a set that I hand down to my son for his first set of ratchets. Is a 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 set of the old style Silver Eagle. So those will go to him. A little 3/8 breaker bar. I think that's a Craftsman too. Maybe. I don't know. It's some off-brand, not a Craftsman. But anyway, so that's kind of what I've got for my top drawer in my 2-bay. And then under that, I've got my wrenches. So I did take I've got sets of wrenches when I do my Jamestown 773 walkthrough. I'll explain that on what I've got. But I've got gear wrench, non-reversible 1/4 to 1-inch ratcheting wrenches. In here, I've got a Craftsman set of pass-through sockets. This is kind of brand. I think I've used this thing once. I like the pass-through sockets on some things, so I have a set of those there, and I have a set of Cobalts in my box at the Speed Shop. I've got a set of Matco double box offsets. I've got a set of Pittsburgh line wrenches that I got out of the used drawer for like 10 bucks. I've got a set of Matco Primo. These are the 7 series 72 tooth reversible ratchet wrenches and metric. Some little ignition wrenches, just different things that I use specifically for Harleys. This is a tool, an old Buffalo wrench my stepdad gave me. I love this thing because it's got the swivel end. I use this specifically for front end triple trees on Harley Davidson. I've got a Silver Eagle wrench set down here. This is the like 18-piece set where you've got the metrics and the standards in combination. I didn't see the need to buy the Matco Primo on those. I've got this exact same set at Speed Shop. I've got two really long extensions that I got out of the used drawer, a 1/4 and a 3/8. Those come in handy from time to time. They're longer, so they go in that drawer. I then have a Cobalt 3/8 torque wrench, the matching Cobalt 1/2 inch torque wrench, and then a Matco Primo inch-pound 1/4 inch torque wrench. And then I also have a 3/4 breaker bar, which is only used for one giant socket that I have up here, and that is for the main comp nut on Harley Davidsons too. Sometimes I'll put a tool in there that I made, and instead of using an impact, I'll just use that to break it loose. Coming down to the power drawer, my power drawer here is kind of pilfered through because my entire power set is at Speed Shop. So when I do that cart walk through, I'll explain all that. So I've got my old 18-volt DeWalt stuff. I've got the whole 18-volt DeWalt system over there under my my bench, but this is the main stuff I use. So I've got the 1/2 inch Matco old style Infinium 20-volt. It's like 700 or something foot-pounds. It's not near as nice as the newer ones or like the Milwaukee's, but it's awesome. I beat the hell out of it, and for what I do, it's perfect. I have the matching 3/8 for that. This is a newer one. This is one that was, this is the old style, so Terry gave me a pretty good deal on it. I've got my chargers. I've got my Schumacher light. It's got the flashlight on the end and then the light here. I love it because it's got dual hooks if you wanted to try to kind of do something under hood with it. And then it also swivels on the bottom. So, again, got that out of the used drawer pretty cheap. And then I've got my DeWalt drill. That's actually a hammer drill with my old DeWalt batteries in here. Because a lot of my entire Infinium collection I have over at Speed Shop. So you'll see that in the next video. Going down here. Obviously, this is just kind of a shit show. I've got my Craftsman tape measure, my magnet, my mirrors. This is my backup set of screwdrivers. I've got a really nice set of the Matco Wit style at the Speed Shop. These are just a cheap set of Williams I got as a backup. The one thing I do like about this set is for carburetor adjustment on Harley Davidson, especially S&S or CV carbs. This extended length flat tip is phenomenal. I do have the Precision set of screwdrivers, the Wit style. From Matco down here that I got. Funny story there, those were supposed to go in a gift exchange. They went in the gift exchange and I won them back, so that was pretty cool. Little lock pick set that I got from Terry. My Allen keys. I've got one adjustable wrench here because my Matco set's in the Jamestown cart. Those are pliers for push rods for Harley Davidson. A couple little torches, pick and hook set that's missing the awl. Little Matco pocket knives throughout this box, you'll see. This bottom drawer is just a complete assortment of everything under the sun. This is where a lot of my specialty Harley tools are, my wiring stuff, different tools that I've made for Harley. So, for instance, this right here is a block that keeps your compensator and your primary chain from moving forward when you're breaking loose a comp nut that I made on a mill. Here's an O2 sensor socket that I made myself out of an impact socket that I got from Napa. Tool that I just made out of a hacked up piece of plastic to hold your pistons up. Before I found out about extended length Allens that I have at Speed Shop, I made this tool out of a little 1/4 drive, a 1/2 inch drive, 1/4 hex, with an extended piece of Allen wrench out of it to get the starter bolts on Harleys. Harley clutch tools. It's all really Harley specific. For the most part. I do have a hole saw kit over here, some abrasive stuff. This is just kind of the extra drawer down in here in the bottom. It's tough to see, but that's actually a tool for transmission work on Harley Davidson. Coming over here is my air tool drawer. So I've got like a D8 orbital. I've got my files. I'm a machinist by trade. I'm a sales guy, but I still go to the shop floor and work from time to time. So I do have a nice set of files. I have transfer punches. I've got a really nice, the new 1/2 inch or 1/2 horsepower Matco die grinder. I've got the Silver Eagle 90-degree die grinder. I've got the Matco blowgun. And this is the DeVilbiss stuff. I just used this air hammer for the first time in my life the other day. I got this set of tools when I was 16, and the only one that broke on it is the die grinder, so I had to replace it. This air hammer, this 1/2 inch impact, air impact, and ratchet, 3/8 ratchet, are all tools that I got gifted from like my 16th birthday from my stepdad. So he's a big tool head like I am, so that's pretty cool, I thought, and I still got them and use them today. I've got a rotary die grinder there. I've got just a cheap Harbor Freight Pittsburgh dial air gauge, abrasives, different punches. Going up, obviously, this drawer's pretty pilfered through because I moved a lot of my pliers and stuff to Speed Shop, so I still got a set of Williams pliers, you know, slip joints, cutters, needle nose, etc. Really nice set of cutters that I use. Pop riveter, a couple pairs of off-brand vice grips. I've got my nice set of snap ring pliers at the speed shop now, so my cheap set are home. Some welding pliers, wire strippers, just that kind of stuff. More room to grow in there for sure. There's a hammer drawer. I've only got 1 or 2 pry bars in here. Dead blows, just different hammers, can't twist clamps. This is more of a machinist thing. Battery terminal cleaners, punches, things of that nature. Up here is my one kind of automotive drawer that I really have. I've got my soldering iron in there, flaring kit. I've got my CRP 123 code reader, my multimeter, used set of Mac bushing drivers. I've got a compression tester I use on the Harleys, brake bleeder use on the Harleys, the Mighty Vac test light. And then kind of the last drawer up here, I've got a set of 12-inch Brown & Sharp dial calipers. Some of the tools in here are kind of machinist driven, more abrasive cutting stuff, taps, drills, drill bits, different bits, tap handles, chamfer set, spot drills. I do have a Matco terminal tool kit for wiring up handlebars on Harleys. I've got the Matco tools bit set, more for the drill type element. I love this set. One thing that I did to this set is I added a 1/2 inch with a quarter bit in it. So it's, you know, got your PH2s, PH3s, PH1s, some different assorted torques. Over here, I've got another Silver Eagle bit set with all the torques, metric internal torques, ball-nosed, stubbies, another Matco bit set, and some different end mills and things of that nature. So definitely a little bit weirder maybe than some automotive techs because it's more motorcycle driven. But all in all, I think it's quite a pretty solid collection, and I'm always building on it at all times now. Keep in mind, back up to my top drawer, a lot of the ratchets that I have at Speed Shop and a lot of the tools I have over there are the Primo Matco stuff. So tons of Silver Eagle, but my ratchets over there are all Matco as far as I can think of. I've got gold Matco ratchets. I've got Ergo 1/4 inches. I've got flex heads, locking flex heads, all that stuff that we'll go over when I do my Jamestown cart walkthrough. But yeah, pretty good collection here for at home and working on the Harleys in my garage when I'm not at the Speed Shop. And yeah, so we'll go do the Jamestown walkthrough again soon. And thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And please like, comment, and subscribe to 260 Jake. We're trying to get this page growing a little bit and have some fun and get out there and network a little bit. So, all right, guys, 260 Jake, we out.